Think you know the pyramids? In one dynasty, Egypt became a superpower. They built the tallest structure on Earth and left behind secrets. Welcome to Egypt Byte. Let's unlock the truth.
Before we dive into the sands of ancient history, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any secrets of the pharaohs. Now, let's travel back over 4,500 years to meet the kings who built eternity in stone, the fourth dynasty of ancient Egypt. The fourth dynasty ruled during Egypt's Old Kingdom, around 2613-2494 BC. This was the golden age of pyramid building, a time when pharaohs were seen not just as kings but as living gods. Their power, ambition, and vision shaped the landscape of Egypt forever. The dynasty was founded by Pharaoh Sneferu. Unlike his predecessors, Sneferu revolutionized architecture. He was a king of great ambition, commissioning 3 major pyramids during his reign. Each structure was a step toward perfection in pyramid design. Sneferu's first attempt was the Meidum pyramid. It started as a step pyramid but collapsed, likely due to structural miscalculations. Still, it marked a major leap forward from earlier tombs, and it paved the way for something greater. His second project was the bent pyramid at Djedefre. It's called bent because of its strange angle change halfway up. Engineers had to adjust the slope due to stability issues. But this failure was a lesson in geometry, leading to his third and final masterpiece. The Red Pyramid, also at Djedefre, was Sneferu's crowning achievement. It was the first true smooth-sided pyramid in Egypt, standing tall and stable at 104 meters. Its red limestone gave it its name, and it became a prototype for future royal tombs. Sneferu was more than a builder. He expanded Egypt's borders through military campaigns and increased trade with neighboring regions. His reign was long, prosperous, and deeply influential, earning him great respect even centuries later. After Sneferu, his son Khufu rose to the throne. Known in Greek as Cheops, Khufu is one of the most famous pharaohs in history, not because of his personality, but because of the monument he left behind, the Great Pyramid of Giza. The Great Pyramid is a marvel of ancient engineering. Standing originally at 146.6 meters, it remained the tallest man-made structure for over 3,800 years. Constructed from around 2.3 million blocks, each weighing several tons, its creation remains a mystery. We don't know much about Khufu's rule. Ancient Egyptian sources are nearly silent. Greek historian Herodotus described him as cruel, but many Egyptologists believe that's likely exaggerated. The grandeur of his pyramid suggests immense resources and control. Following Khufu came his son Djedefre. He made a bold move. He built his pyramid far north of Giza, in Abu Rawash. Though much of his pyramid has been destroyed, it once stood higher than Khufu's, and his choice of location still puzzles scholars. Djedefre also introduced a powerful religious idea. He called himself Son of Re, directly linking the pharaoh to the sun god. This title became standard in later dynasties, changing royal theology forever. Djedefre ruled for around 8 years. Next came Khafre, the builder of the second pyramid at Giza. His pyramid is slightly shorter than his father's, but it appears taller due to its higher ground and the remaining casing stones at the top. Its precision still amazes modern engineers. Khafre is also linked to the Great Sphinx, the mysterious guardian of Giza. Carved from limestone bedrock, the Sphinx has the body of a lion and the face of a man, possibly Khafre himself. Its purpose remains debated. A royal protector, a sun symbol, or both. Khafre's mortuary complex was well organized, including temples, causeways, and statues. His rule likely reflected the strength and structure of his architecture. Records suggest stability and continued state control under his reign. Menkaure followed Khafre. He built the third and smallest pyramid at Giza, but what it lacked in size, it made up for in craftsmanship. His statues are some of the finest ever made in Egypt, showing a ruler who valued dignity and justice. Unlike his predecessors, Menkaure's pyramid had a more modest tone. Legends, especially from Herodotus, paint him as a kind and wise ruler who cared for his people. Some say he even tried to reform the harsh policies of earlier kings. Menkaure died before his pyramid was finished. His successor, possibly his son Shepseskaf, completed it using cheaper materials. Shepseskaf himself chose not to build a pyramid at all. Instead, he built a large rectangular tomb called the Masterbat Pharaoh. Why did Shepseskaf reject the pyramid tradition? Some believe it was a religious statement, a sign of rebellion against the growing power of the sun cult. Others think it reflected a decline in resources or political changes at the end of the dynasty. The fourth dynasty came to an end after Shepseskaf's short reign, but its legacy endured. The Pyramids of Giza remain unmatched in scale and mystery. They are more than tombs. They are eternal messages carved in stone by a civilization obsessed with immortality. The fourth dynasty blended divine rule, powerful symbolism, and masterful engineering. Their reign shaped Egypt's image forever. Every time someone sees the pyramids, they witness the glory of this era. It's a legacy written not in ink, but in stone. The builders of the fourth dynasty weren't just laborers. Many were skilled craftsmen, engineers, and architects. Evidence from workers' villages near Giza shows they were well-fed, respected, and organized into rotating teams that proudly left their marks in stone. Graffiti inside the pyramids mentions teams with names like the Drunkards of Menkaure or the Friends of Khufu. These inscriptions humanize the massive construction projects, reminding us that behind every block was a human story of labor, pride, and purpose. The organization of pyramid building was a masterpiece of logistics. Stones were quarried nearby or transported via the Nile, then dragged on sleds. Ramps whose exact designs remain debated helped workers raise blocks into position with stunning precision. Beyond architecture, religion played a huge role in the fourth dynasty. The sun god Re was rising in importance, and pharaohs began to adopt titles that linked them directly to divine authority. This spiritual connection helped justify their immense power. Temples were built near the pyramids to honor gods and the pharaohs' Khafre's spiritual essence. Priests performed daily rituals to feed and care for the king's soul in the afterlife. Religion and politics were tightly interwoven in the pyramid age. While we marvel at pyramids today, they were only part of larger complexes. These included mortuary temples, causeways, valley temples, and boat pits. The layout represented the journey of the sun, from life to death and resurrection, mirroring the king's own path. A key part of this divine journey was the solar boat. Khufu's massive cedar boat was buried beside his pyramid to carry him across the heavens. This incredible vessel, preserved for millennia, is now displayed in the Grand Egyptian Museum. Despite the divine claims, pharaohs faced challenges. Internal politics, succession disputes, and resource pressures likely affected the end of the dynasty. The shift from grand pyramids to simpler tombs signals deeper changes in royal ideology and state power. Archaeologists still debate whether Shepseskaf was truly the last ruler of the fourth dynasty. Some theories propose a possible ruler named Djedefre, but evidence is sparse. What is clear is that the fifth dynasty brought new religious shifts and priorities. Under the fifth dynasty, sun temples rose in prominence and pyramid texts began appearing inside tombs. These religious texts gave voice to royal beliefs in the afterlife and marked a transition from pure monumentality to spiritual reflection. But even as new dynasties rose, the awe inspired by the fourth dynasty never faded. Later pharaohs looked back at Sneferu, Khufu, and Khafre with admiration. Their building techniques became blueprints, and their monuments symbols of timeless greatness. In modern times, the pyramids continue to inspire wonder, tourism, and research. Advanced technologies like satellite imaging, 3D scanning, and Morn detectors help reveal new secrets about these ancient giants without disturbing their ancient structure. The Great Pyramid alone has hidden chambers, shafts, and unexplained anomalies. Some believe there are still undiscovered rooms waiting behind its massive walls. It reminds us that, even today, the Fourth Dynasty hasn't finished telling its story. Even pop culture reflects their legacy. From movies to literature, video games to documentaries, the imagery of the pyramids and their god kings remains iconic. They represent the human desire to reach for the heavens and leave a mark that lasts forever. But beneath the myth lies real human history of rulers and workers, gods and beliefs, challenges and triumphs. The Fourth Dynasty didn't just shape ancient Egypt. It shaped how the entire world imagines power, legacy, and the afterlife. So next time you see the pyramids, remember, they aren't just stones stacked in the desert. They're messages from a civilization that refused to be forgotten. Every block is a word in a story that still echoes through time. Before we end, here's a question for you. Which pharaoh from the Fourth Dynasty fascinates you the most? Sneferu the pioneer, Khufu the giant builder, Khafre the Sphinx king, or Menkaure the kind ruler? Tell us in the comments below.
In the end, the pyramids are not just stones, they are eternal messages. They built the tallest struts in the comments. And like this video and subscribe to Egypt Byte. We will see you in the next chapter.